Japan Peace Day project. Our group members are Damon, Sarah, and Madison.
Location. Where is Japan? Eastern Asia. The absolute location is 36.2048 north, 138.2529 east. China, Russia, North Korea, South Korea, and Taiwan are the 5 closest UN nations because they are connected by the Sea of Japan.
Place. Some physical features in Japan are mountains, rivers, forests, and volcanoes. The Sakurajima volcano has large ash eruptions every 4 to 24 hours. Mount Fuji is Japan's second tallest volcano at 12,389.2 feet tall. Because of the Kumo River floods, Japan had to build a 730 square mile drainage system. Although the Okagara Forest may seem peaceful and lush, it has the nickname Suicide Forest due to the high amount of suicides committed inside.
Human characteristics. Most people in Japan speak Japanese, which is believed to be founded by the Japanese and the Rakuan languages brought in by settlers. They also have beautiful architecture, like one pretty famous one, the Great Buddha Hall of Toraji Temple. People in Japan also have work to do, like engineering, information technology, investment banking, etc. In Japan, they also have delicious food, such as one of their most common ones, sushi.
Movement. How do people in one area affect people in other areas? It would affect others by trade, diseases, because the movement of people when trading can spread diseases. Some of the exports are cars, vehicle parts, integrated circuits, machinery having individual functions, and photo lab equipment. Imports are crude petroleum, coral briquettes, petroleum gas broadcasting equipment, and integrated circuits.
Human-environment interactions. What is the relationship between people and their surroundings? Japan looks to use clean energy in order to cut down on climate change. Explain ways that people have adapted in their environment. Japan uses electric ways of transportation and has a sophisticated volcano monitoring system. Japan also uses tetrapods to deflect tsunami waves and lessen their impact. Explain how Japan has changed the environment over time. Japan flattened 2 mountains to build the island airport, Kansai International Airport. Japan also uses tunnel boring machines to create tunnels through mountains. The boring machines have used large spinning discs and lasers.
Common features that South Korea share with Japan. One of the most common features the two share are food, language, and working skills. For food, they both use chopsticks during breakfast, lunch, and dinner, eat their most popular food, rice and soup, and they both eat quietly. For language, Korean have 14 consonants and 21 vowels. But Japan has 3 different writing systems. But if Koreans want to learn Japanese language, it's very easy for them because of the grammar similarities. And finally, working skills. Mostly Koreans and Japanese people are very hardworking people, which they usually work 6 days a week.
How does your country contribute to emissions? What specific actions does your country do that contributes to global emissions? The climate in Japan is highly insufficient. They rely on nuclear power, which is about a third of its electricity. But then in March 2011, there was a nuclear disaster which booted up the emissions. Currently, the nation's leaders are trying to find a new way to keep the emissions lower. Japan has pledged to reduce the emissions by 25% below 1990 levels by 2020.
Reducing emissions. What is Japan doing to reduce emissions? Japan originally relied on fossil fuels and greenhouse gases for power. Now Japan relies more on a clean form of energy. Japan uses electric cars to travel, and they're increasing their forest area to reduce CO2 levels. Japan also plans to create more wind and nuclear power plants.
How much CO2? In 2018, the amount of carbon dioxide, CO2, released in Japan was about 456 million tons. In terms of non-energy related emissions, the highest amount was around 46 million tons. That's a lot of CO2, which can cause some problems like the greenhouse gas effect. As a greenhouse gas, CO2 creates a cover and traps the sun's heat and energy in the atmosphere bubble, causing it to heat the planet.
These are our sources.